Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of SYDTV, Sydney Russell's very own TV channel covering all that's great about our school. If it's happening in Sydney Russell, we want to know about it.
Firstly, a quick reminder that we are still live and kicking on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and of course YouTube. We're on channel SYDTV, you can watch all our previous episodes.
That's right. So if you haven't already, get following. All the details are on the screen and will pop up again at the end of the show.
Okay, as we've got another packed episode, we're going to stop talking now and let you enjoy the rest of the show.
In this episode of Sydney Pride, we catch up with some students who became international superstars debaters last half term. To do so, they went far, far towards the east.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Yasin.
I'm Nahid. Tell us about the video that you made to go to Japan.
Well, it was a video that we had to show at Japan in front of all the other schools as well, so we decided to put things in about our school, about our local area and about who we are as people as well.
What was the most famous place you went to?
I think the most famous place we went to was probably Mount Fuji. So it was the day after the final, we took a bus to a valley in Mount Fuji, and as we were on that bus you could just see the mountain. It's just a perfect mountain, completely symmetrical, and also like the valley surrounding it is beautiful as well. The water, yeah, I think it's something we all enjoyed.
Tastes nice.
Yeah.
Tastes nice, it's completely see-through, not exactly the River Thames.
What was the most funny incident that happened?
Well, I think there was quite a few and they all involved me. I bought a lot of toys there. I spent a ridiculous amount of money on toys. And I did actually get to bring back most of it, so I bought a gun there. And I nearly I nearly brought it to the airport with me. Then eventually I remembered, so I threw it away before we got through customs. And I also bought this. Yasin has one also. Where is it, Yasin?
And it's the wrong way round.
Yeah, that was another incident. I had it the wrong way round, and Miss Nakadai, the founder of the organisation that funded everything, is really embarrassing. She was looking at me the day that we left, like just wondering what the hell was going on.
And she can't speak English,
Yeah.
so she was just pointing at you.
Eventually I got the gist that I had it the wrong way round.
So what did you love about Japan?
I think one of the best things that we all learned about is the politeness of Japan and the people there, and how it's just part of their everyday lives just to be polite and just to respect your elders, and that's something that we've all taken on board. But also the culture as well, of like their fashion culture, and also just how they really stick to their traditions, but they also have the modern aspect of life as well, which is really good to see that balance and to be part of that balance as well.
Oh, yeah, the food was amazing as well. Oh, and the toilets.
The toilets, yeah.
They had warm toilet seats, which is probably one of the reasons I will go back to Japan.
And that is really weird, they're called bidets.
Yeah, bidets.
Which is basically, they shoot water at you.
But yeah, about the food as well, the noodles and the tofu and just everything was just so nice, and it was so nice to have something different that I wouldn't have like normally every single day, which was amazing.
Yeah, so there was also a lot of French fries and vegetable croquettes.
I got to experience everything because I wasn't really restricted in terms of aspects of food, because Amanda is vegan and Nahid went on a vegetarian diet. So, well, the organisation first, so Ms. Nakadai Waku Pro, who gave us this opportunity to go for free, as Nahid said. Yeah, I'd like to thank Ms. Mangat for approaching us. Thank Debate Mate for involving us in Debate Mate.
And also, teacher Dr. Longson as well, because he's the one who actually like helped us get there and kind of looked after us for the whole week as well. So we couldn't really get there without him.
Special shout out.
And the fact that we're so closely related to Debate Mate now has given us these opportunities, which is just amazing.
And this is like the first time you've been, like anyone's been out so far in Sydney Russell to take part in the international competition. So hopefully it's just like opened up the floodgates for other years, some opportunities.
So get debating!
Now it's time for our 1-minute interviews. One interview has a musical connection, whilst the other is with someone hopefully none of us have to see too often.
Okay, sir, you have 1 minute to answer 10 questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Start the clock. What is your job name and job title?
I'm the music technician here and my name is Mr. Sands.
What do you do in the school?
I prepare lessons, look after the music rooms, look after all the equipment, manage concerts, stuff like that.
How long have you been with us?
Nearly 3 years.
What is your favourite colour?
Green.
Do you have a pet, and if you do, what is its name?
I don't have any right now. I grew up with dogs and way too many to list.
What is your favourite smell?
Favourite smell? Anything from the 1920s.
What is Snapchat?
That's a social media thing sharing photos.
How many Instagram followers do you have?
I don't have Instagram.
What do you love about Sydney Russell the most?
Coming from Derbyshire, I didn't have any much experience with multiculturalism, and there's a lot of that at Sydney Russell.
And stop the clock. Okay, miss, you have 1 minute to answer 10 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Start the clock. What is your name and job title?
Mrs. Trulibode.
What do you do in the school?
I'm an inclusion coordinator.
How long have you been with us?
Since October 2016.
What is your favourite colour?
Purple.
Do you have any pets, and if you do, what are they called?
Goldfish.
What's your favourite smell?
Sweet smells.
Make an emoji face at the camera. What is Snapchat?
It's a message that people communicate.
How many Instagram followers do you have?
I don't have one.
What do you love about Sydney Russell the most?
Members of staff, children.
And stop the clock! Thank you, miss. You have managed to do that in under a minute.
Yay!
All rise for this month's spotlight, which we found on some very legally aware students. They have been up and down the country raising the bar for the state schools.
So the mock trials competition has 2 sections to it. There's the junior section for year 8 and year 9, which is the magistrates mock trial, and there's the senior section for year 10 to 13, which is the bar mock trials. They're national competitions and over 200 schools take part across the country, and the students are given cases to prepare, and students act as lawyers, barristers, legal advisors, witnesses, jurors, magistrates, court clerks, ushers throughout the cases. They spend hours and hours preparing the cases, deciding on their arguments, putting together examination in chief, opening speeches and closing speeches, rehearsing as witnesses what their responses will be when they're in the dock. And then on the actual day of the competition, they actually present the cases in real court. So our magistrates first round took place at Romford Magistrates Court, and our bar trials first round took place at Snaresbrook Court. So our school, however, is very, very good at these trials. So we went through from Snaresbrook in the bars trials to the national finals, which were at the Royal Courts of Justice in London, which was absolutely stunning. And our magistrates junior team have already moved through from the local heat to the regional heat, after which, who knows?
At first, we were a selected group picked by Miss Mangat based on how we had gone to things like debate mate and partaken in school activities, and the year 11s provided a presentation for us as they'd already done the trials as to what it was. And then you had a form and you could fill in whether you wanted to do it or not, and I thought, why not? So I did it. It's important to get involved in activities around the school, I feel, because it's beneficial in a multitude of ways. So first thing, you get involved with the school as a whole and you're able to partake in activities, and obviously extracurricular as well. Secondly, looks good on, I guess, UCAS applications, and it shows that you're determined, it shows you have commitment, and that you're able to partake, it shows you're a multitasker and you're able to do different things because of course you're studying at the same time. And also it's just interesting, you know, you got an insight into the judicial system and how law works in general, and everyone gets called for jury at one point in their lives, and it's good to understand the law and how it works and how it deals in our everyday life.
So if people are interested, obviously we'll be recruiting new teams next academic year because we're finishing off this heat of competitions. The kind of people that we're looking for will be people who've already committed to something outside of the school, because actually quite a few of the competitions take place on a Saturday, so I haven't got time to check commitment. That needs to be tried and tested already. The skills that we're looking for are really good public speaking skills, so we want you to be involved in debating, perhaps giving presentations in form time or class, maybe as a senior student, leading assemblies, being involved in performance, be that in drama or music, so you've shown that kind of confidence and skill. We're also going to want people who are good at teamwork, and that can be generated in all sorts of activities in the classroom as well, so I always ask teachers as well if there are people that they would suggest for that. The team's selection time will be announced, so then it will be important that if you're interested you put your name forward. It is a selection process, so I will then take all the names of the people who would like to be involved and narrow that down to the list of students who make it through. One thing to remember though is 2 years ago I put out a selection process, and actually some students who are now on the team didn't make it in the first time round, but they came back the second time round and now they're actually leading members of the team.
It's house update time, and my goodness, what a frantic half term of house games it has been. So, we have decided in this episode, rather than focus on one event, we're going to cover a few in our house roundup video.
Before we go to sport, we have some big House Cup news. The grand finale of the competition will be contested in just 4 weeks' time. In this historic final leg of our first ever House Cup, there are still tons more competitions, which means that every house still has the chance to stake their claim and go down in Sydney Russell folklore by becoming the first ever House Cup champions. Whatever you do, make sure you don't miss out. And finally, we have another great sporting achievement. Last half term, the Year 10 footy team managed to progress all the way to the borough final, and here is what happened.
Free kicks, okay, make sure communication, make sure don't keep the ball too long, okay, switch the play, look up who you've got first thing, first touch, okay, 1-2 touches, pass, get on. Okay. Come on Sydney! 1, 2, 3, Sydney! The ball is kept too much inside. Daniel, you have to cross the ball a bit more. 1-2 touch, close. Brian as well. When we do the throw, Brian, okay, throw ball back to you. You've got the power.
So, that brings us to the end of yet another episode of SYDTV. We hope you enjoyed it.
Remember, if you think there's something interesting happening in the school that needs to be covered by SYDTV, or you even want to get involved, just let us know.
On screen again are all our social media details. If you didn't make it on SYDTV, you're probably on one of those.
That's right, we've been uploading photos and news from across the school almost daily, and our social media pages are buzzing with excitement. So get on over there.
Thanks again for watching SYDTV. See you again for episode 3. Bye now.